we're starting a new vlog right now because I need to talk. So lighting is really bad. Sorry, sun is setting. But I just got off of work. It is Saturday, and I don't vlog the weekends, but for one, things happened at work today. Okay, so first off, hair flip. Okay, I was handing out samples. For anyone who doesn't know, I hand out food samples. I am a sample lady. I was handing out food samples, obviously, of a what was it called? It was like a chicken sausage, and they're really good. But this lady comes up and she asks what it is. And I said, it's a chicken sausage. And she says, no pork in it. And I said, no, it's just chicken sausage. And like, I wasn't thinking about the casing. Like, I don't have restrictions on foods like that. It wasn't something I was considering an issue. And I was like, my husband is almost here. He hasn't heard the story yet. So I'm vlogging, and I was telling the camera about what happened this morning at work that I hadn't told you yet. And so what happened was this lady came up. I was handing out samples of chicken sausage, and this lady comes up and asks for, turn the car back on, it's hot. Well, it was dinging because I don't have keys. So this lady comes up and asks for a sample, and she asked what it is, and I told her it's chicken sausage, and she says no pork in it, and I said, well, no, it's just a chicken sausage. Which I wasn't thinking about the casing or anything like that because I don't have any food restrictions. It's not something that's on my mind. And if you're an adult, like, you should go check the packaging if you have restrictions. And then her mom comes up, who's like a much older woman, and she says, what's the casing made out of? And I said, I don't know. And the first lady who took the sample literally spit the sausage out on the floor and got really mad, like super mad. It was like gagging and like a huge fit about the whole thing. And like there was a trash can right behind her too, and she spit it on the floor. Like, that's what happened this morning. I told you I had a story to tell you. Turns out that the casing was made out of a beef gelatin, so no pork in it at all. Even said it on the back label. It said no pork.
Didn't she didn't want pork?
No, there's a lot of folks that come in there that is against their religion to eat pork, and yeah, so that happened. So anyways, when I came home this evening, I'm vlogging. When I came home this evening, our neighbors have like people over. They've been having people over like every evening, like cars lining the street. And people decide to park in our yard, the part that we had demolished, the other property we bought. And I had asked them to move, and like the guy just kind of gave me a really dirty look. And then I said, I own this, can you not park in my yard? And then his lady was like, oh yeah, sorry, no problem. And they moved it. But like, now we're at Menards looking for fencing because we weren't really looking to budget for that right now, but now I think we have to do something because these folks are just going to keep parking in our yard. So fun. You guys steering. Is he drifting?
Pretty good.
See what?
Drift pretty good.
Yeah. So, can you guys hear the music, the thumping, the beating? It's coming from my neighbor's houses, 2 houses down. I'm really getting tired of living next to these folks. Like, it's one of those things where, like, I like them when they're sober, but, like, otherwise, I'm kind of tired of living next to them. Sorry, I'm getting on YouTube to do an upload, computer's slow, and there's like a bunch of recommendeds from Jaclyn Hill. So, and things are not wanting to work. Can you just work? My computer has been acting so slow lately. Something just popped up on, what is that? I don't know what that is. Weird. Sorry. So yeah, we went and priced out privacy fencing, and my husband and his dad are going to go back to Menards tomorrow because my father-in-law has a pickup truck, and they are gonna buy the fence posts. I thought they were gonna be way more expensive than they actually are. Every time I've looked them up online, the fence posts have been like 30 bucks. Excuse me. And turns out they have these fence posts that, I don't know that they're technically fence posts, but they're like the same thing. But it's like a rougher wood. It hasn't been finished, if you will. Like, it's not sanded down, but it's like the same thing. It's treated. It's for the yard. It's kind of like the kind of wood you would use if you want to like put a border or something in your yard. It's that kind of wood. But like, it looks the same as the fence posts, except for the fence posts are like nicely sanded and these aren't. And these are like $3 and change, and the nicely sanded ones are like nearly $30. So we're like, not worried about it being sanded. It's a fence post. So, do you guys hear that? That is every freaking night. Oh my God. So, try YouTube again. Will you work? So, I have to do my YouTube uploads at night because our internet is so slow that it can't handle sorry, it's popped back up with more recommendeds from Jaclyn Hill, and one of the pictures I thought it was Jaclyn Hill and Trisha Paytas, and I was like, I didn't think those two even knew each other. I mean, I don't know, because I don't know them at all, but that's what it looked like in the picture. And I was like, what a collaboration that would be, Trisha Paytas and Jaclyn Hill. Anyways, what am I uploading? I'm like so scatterbrained right now. I'm tired. Oh, this Steak and Shake mukbang, which needs to go on the other channel, so now I need to switch accounts. Yeah, I brought back the mukbang channel in case you guys didn't know. I'm just gonna try uploading the same video on both accounts at this point. Just we'll see how that works out, because I got folks on the mukbang channel and on the main channel who want to watch mukbang. So I'm like, well, put the same channel on the same day on both accounts. We'll see what happens. Where am I? Yeah, this music is every night, and I am really getting tired of it. It's been like that for the last 3 years. I like winter because these folks don't like being outside, so suddenly the parties stop. But all summer, well into the fall, if it's nice weather, they have cars parked down the road and they're having a party. And it's like, y'all are 50. Like, can we not do this? Like, I did this kind of stuff when I was a teenager, okay? Like, can we not? And like, I know this is a holiday weekend. I'm trying to keep that in mind, but it's like, they've been doing it all week long. Thankfully, the last couple of nights, though, they've shut it off about 11, which noise ordinance for my city is 10 o'clock. And we haven't called the cops on them or anything. Really thought about it last night, but they shut it off at like 10:45 or something like that. But I've never called the cops on them because when they're sober, they're like really nice people, and like, I don't really have a lot of complaints when they're sober. But then when they get drunk, because they're heavy drinkers, whenever they get drunk, they stand outside and yell and scream at each other, and that can be any time. It can be anywhere from like 8 in the morning all the way out to like 2 in the morning. Like, any span of time, if they get drunk and get in a fight, they'll stand outside and scream at each other. And they have these parties, which, you know, they're drinking and probably smoking pot and whatever during these parties. And really, that's our biggest issue, is they're so loud and so noisy and so inconsiderate of everybody else around them. And like I said, like, they're 2 houses down from us. I don't know how the people who are right next door to them feel about the situation. They've lived next door to them longer than we have, because the people that we bought the property next door to us from also own the house that the people on the other side of these people live in. And I think when we bought that house, the lady made the comment of how those folks have lived in that house for like 13 years or something like that. It's been like a long time. And I know the neighbors who are having the party have been in their house for 11 years. So they've been next door neighbors for ages. And it's like, I don't know. I don't ever see them hanging out. I never see those people go to the parties. But like, I don't know how they handle living next to these folks. Like, I would be pulling my hair out if we were right next door. And when we used to have this house between the two of us, like, they'd have the parties, but the house there was kind of like a sound buffer, so like we would hear it, but not much. But now that the house is gone, like, we're hearing it a lot. So we're looking to put up the fence. We're hoping that'll keep people from parking in our yard. They also let children be running through all the construction going on, like all the heaps of rubble. Like, they had kids running through it. And then my husband and I came outside to like talk about where we want to put fencing at, and they seen us and they called their kids out of our yard. And so they know we don't want anybody in it, but they just like straight up don't care. And it's not like it's the neighbors doing it, it's the people coming over to the neighbors, which, like I said, they have like, there are currently cars lining the street for folks who are at their house for this party. So I don't even know at this point if my neighbors know, who are all showing up at their house. So yeah, we're looking to put in a fence. Hopefully the fence will be a bit of a noise buffer, and I'm also hoping that the fence will be a deterrent for people parking in our yard. So we're gonna start off with doing the fence posts, because those are affordable. They're like $3 a piece. And then I think we're gonna put the fencing in as we can afford it, because the fencing itself, for like the pre-made fencing, is like about $40 for like 8 feet of fencing. So that's gonna be a pretty penny. But we're gonna go ahead and put up all the posts first, because they're spaced out. I think my husband said like 3 feet apart. So it'll keep people from parking their cars. It's gonna look kind of stupid, but it'll keep people from parking their cars. And then we'll start from the back of the property and work our way around to the front. It's stressful. But they say good fences make good neighbors, so hopefully that is true. Because currently those folks are not good neighbors. And I don't know. Like, it's been 3 years of this, and I'm getting to the point where, like, I'm very much so contemplating calling the police and making complaints. And I don't want to do that because I don't want to start trouble and start drama. But on the other hand, like, they already called the city on us for how long it's taking for construction. And the city called our demo guy, and the demo guy was like, I'm out here working on it. And the city was like, okay, cool, whatever. But, like, just the fact that they called. And on top of that, like, when that house caught fire, granted, I told them, I said, well, you should switch trash cans, like the city trash cans that the city comes and picks up. I was like, you should switch trash cans with the one that you have with the trash can from that house, because the one from the house that caught fire didn't have any damage done to it, but the fire melted their trash can. So I said, you should switch them. Well, instead, she just took that trash can, so now they have 2. Well, then we bought the house, and it's like, that's my trash can, and I went and asked about it, and they were like, no, that's my trash can. The city gave it to me. And I said, the city gave you 2 trash cans? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, you must think I'm freaking retarded, because, like, last week we talked about this, and I told you should switch it, not to keep it, switch it. So, I don't know. I'm just getting to the point where I'm like, you're kind of doing me dirty here. You know, like, I'm not that worried about the trash can. I got the recycling bin, which is what I wanted, because we recycle so much stuff that, like, we don't really use our trash can that much. Like, at most, you're going to find, like, kitchen scraps and like mostly dirty diapers and kitty litter in my trash can. Like, pretty much everything that can goes into the recycling bin. So I wasn't that worried about it. I didn't push the issue because I'm like, it's not really worth it. And in fact, I was going to tell him, I was going to say, you know, like, you know, that's my trash can. Like, I don't care if you use it, but like, if I need it, can I have it? And instead she's like, this is my trash can. This is my trash can. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, whatever, keep it. It's not worth getting into a fight over. But yeah, and of course she never came out and said that she called the city on me, but the same day that I found out somebody called the city on us about how long it's taking for demo, she came over asking questions, and it's like, okay, pretty sure you're the one that called the city. So, like, I don't really want to push things though, because like there's so much of crap out there on our land, and so it's like, I really don't want to have issues, because like that, technically we're in violation of city ordinances, which I have complained with the demo guy several times, saying we need no trespassing signs put up, we need fencing put up, because he took it all down, and he's never came out and put it back up. And that's just like a whole other thing in and of itself. But like, mark my words, as soon as that crap is cleaned out, I'm gonna start bitching and complaining, because there's folks across the street here who pretty much have a junkyard across our street. Like, they just have a shit ton of rundown cars sitting on their land. Like, just a bunch of rundown cars. They don't move, they don't use them, they just sit there. And that's against city ordinances as well. I was looking that up last night, and it said that if you can see that from a public place, then like you're in violation, and you can get people can complain, and the city can put pressure on you to clean that up or fine you. And you can see it from sidewalks, which is public, and you can also see it from a couple of businesses, which are also public. So, not to mention, I think that's pretty sure that falls under the city blight, whatever. They have like a city blight program where they're trying to like keep from having ghettos pop up, so anything that's really trashy. So like, I'm gonna start calling on that. There's folks who are neglecting their part of the back alley, and they have weeds that are higher than 8 inches tall, which I have since found out is against city ordinances, and you can get fined for that. And so like, I don't know, I'm just tired of my neighbors. I guess I just miss living on the south side. South side for life. Because here, I always consider this area to be the north end. Technically, it's like middle of town, but technically it's north end of town, I guess, where it falls under. Just because my city is so old, and they've done expansions, and they've annexed things in, and so what is now the south side of town didn't even used to be part of town at all. So this actually used to be south side, and then growing up, it kind of started being considered the north side, because what is now the south side got annexed in, and then we've had stuff more further north annexed in, and so this is kind of like in the middle of town now. But if you want to go back to when the town was made, this was originally south side. Then it kind of turned into north side, and now I'm kind of rambling. Anyways, I miss south side. I love my house. Like, if I could just pick my house up and move it to south side, it'd be great. Granted, kind of like the convenience of where we're at, because we're close to stuff. And when we were south side, we kind of had to drive like 5 minutes to get to town. Whew, a whole 5 minutes we had to drive. So yeah, I feel like there's other things at work today that I wanted to talk about. There's this kid, nothing against him, but, and I've had people do it before, but there was this kid who was, I'd say, somewhere between 14 and 17, who clearly had some issues. Like, I don't want to say he was autistic, but like he looked normal. Like, to look at him you wouldn't tell, but then when he talked, like, you could tell, okay, he's got some problems. And so his mom, like, they came up to me and they're like, you know, can we have a sample? And I was like, oh, like, I just put it in, it's gonna be like 20 minutes, you know, it has to cook. And then she turns to her son and says, okay, stand here, I have to, I don't know, I don't recall her saying where she was going, but she said, just wait here. And then she, no, maybe she did say she was going to the bathroom. I seen her go to the bathroom, so I knew that's what she did. But I don't recall her saying that's where she was going. I feel like she just told him, okay, well, just wait here, and then walked off. And I'm like, great, now I get to babysit your kid. Fantastic. And this guy sat there and stared at me for probably just staring for 5 minutes. And it's like, I know he's got problems, but it's like, this is still really creepy. Like, this is still weird. I don't want to be stared at. And I don't know, when she finally came back, and samples obviously weren't done yet because she was gone for like 5 minutes, and it takes 20 to cook them. Those are gone forever. Yeah, and I've had people do that before, but like with the younger children, like who are 2 and 3, and then the cart, and then they park the cart next to me, and they're like, stay here, and like the parent leaves, and it's like, I'm not getting paid for babysitting. Like, are you coming back with a 20 for me? Because, like, currently if Johnny falls out of the cart, I really don't care. Like, that's not my responsibility. Sorry. My responsibility is the sausages in the frying pan, not your child in the cart. Keep your kid with you. Like, take them with you. They're not my responsibility. Yeah, so that was kind of like my day at work. Nothing too exciting. We've been rambling for like 15 minutes now, so I am going to go. So it is Monday. I just got off of work. It's Memorial Day. My car says it is 100 degrees outside. I believe it. It is warm. I'm sweating. Got my car door open while my AC gets to getting. I'm gonna head on home. My husband said that the neighbor's dog, their new pit, that I got off the chain this morning and took off running down the alley. And I guess my neighbor came outside and was like, get back here, blah, blah, blah. Like the dog just took off. And so my neighbor went back inside. And I just asked my husband before I got off work, I said, the neighbor get their dog back? And he said, I don't see it out there. So if that dog took off, it better keep going. That is the best decision the dog will ever make. But anyways, on my way out the door today, I stopped and looked at the baby clothes. How cute is this? It's gonna be hard to show you, but it is a onesie, not onesie, it's jammies. They got the little footed footsies, and it's space. Like, how cute is that? So stinking cute, fuzzy, good for this winter coming up for my son. And I don't know, I just thought it was really cute. And so I got it in a 3T, that way it will last him a while, because he's just, like, he's somewhere between an 18 and a 2T right now, 18 month and 2T. So 18 month fits him perfect, 2T 24 month fit, but they're a little big, but I don't think they'll be big for long. So got him in a 3T, so it lasts him a while. So cute. They had such cute clothes. I would tell you where, but then you know where I work, and I don't want to give out all that information. So I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm glad to be off of work. Gonna head on home, get a shower, eat dinner, go to bed. See you in the morning. Good morning. It is Tuesday. I came to my son's room to get away from Goldie and Bear on TV. My son was sick all last week, snotty nose, head cold. I've got it now, and it's kind of weird because I feel worse without all the symptoms. Like, I feel like I should be pouring snot. I'm not. Like, I'm a little stuffy and my throat hurts, but like my nose isn't like super plugged. I don't have the headache here, which I normally get with a head cold, but I feel sluggish and groggy and like, ooh. So kind of weird. I need to get a shower. I'm just like, I don't want to do anything today. I just want to stay in bed is what I want to do. We had breakfast. I was thinking about going to the gym, but then I was like, I don't know if I want to put that much effort. Like, I just feel like crap. I can't with today. So I need to shower. There's like a million things I need to do. I need to go donate plasma. Don't really want to, but I need the monies. So, and I think I'm just gonna go to the gym tomorrow. I mean, normally Monday is the day that I go to the gym, but yesterday was Monday, which was Memorial Day, and I had to work, and the gym closed at noon, and it was like over 100 degrees outside, so kind of hard to go work out outside. So it's gonna be a hot one today too. It's supposed to be in the 90s. So I think I'm just gonna skip the gym today and go tomorrow. And so yeah, I need to shower and go to plasma. That's like the two things I need to accomplish today. So let's see if I can get them done. So it kind of looks like the neighbor's dog that got loose never came back. So good on it. There are other little dogs out there barking. It's probably like, somebody let me off the chain. I want to run away too. So this face lotion oil, it's an oil, that I've been using lately is one that my friend Bettina sent me. I'll leave a link to her channel down below. But she is in Australia, and she's an Australian beauty vlogger. So she talks about everything Australian beauty, and her and I did a food swap kind of a few months back. I can leave a link to that below if you want to check it out. I did taste tests of things from Australia, and she did a taste test of things that I sent her from America, the US. So links to those videos will be below if you want to go check them out. But this oil is called a jojoba, or maybe that's the company, jojoba company. Oh, is it jojoba oil? Okay, whatever. Jojoba oil from the jojoba company. That's what it looks like, yellow oil, and I really like it. It's supposed to be like a youth serum, I think. I threw out the original box, but it's supposed to like brighten your skin. I think it does a really good job. I really like it. I feel like right under my under eyes, it has really brightened up. I feel like it's not as dark circles. I would turn the light on in here, but then you guys would have to hear the sound of the exhaust, and nobody wants to hear that. So we're going with a little bit of a darker light. But if you guys can get your hands on this oil,
I would recommend it. I will try to link it below if I'm able to. Because I think it's really good. It's like a really good brightening. Maybe it's not a youth serum, maybe it's a brightening serum. But again, it's really good. So thank you, Bettina. I don't know if she watches my vlogs or not, but if she does, thank you. Because I've really been enjoying this oil. I think it's really good. And it's done some really good things for my skin. Because I was starting to get some like darkness under my eyes here. Especially my left eye. I'm aging on the left side of my face. The left side of my face is getting more wrinkles and it's got things going on. So I really like this stuff. I think it's been doing a really good job. And I just wanted to pop on here and let you know about it. You guys are up really high right now, but I'm not complaining about this camera angle. So I get to switch out to a new smell today for my wax warmer. I'm kind of excited about it. I know that sounds so dumb, but like anytime I switch out to a new smell, I feel a little excited. Like, it's the little things in life, okay? So I need to figure out what smell I want. So I've got like one left here, and this one is called Grandma's Kitchen. This smells good. That smells like bread. Not quite like banana bread, but like a sweet bread. And then I've got a French toast. This one's from Cincy. Smells really good too. It smells very strongly with maple syrup. I feel like these two would mix well. Like if I wanted to burn this one first and then throw these in on top, I could do that. I might go that direction. And then I've got Painted Leaves. Yes, you've got one more piece of candy here. Whee! Not necessarily a favorite. It doesn't really smell like what I would think Painted Leaves would smell like. And then this one is Apple Cinnamon Sticks. That's pretty good. And then we have Cherry Pie. I love cherry pie. That one always smells good. So yeah, I don't know what one I want to go with because I feel like most of these are a little more for like later in the fall scents, you know? Like I'm not smelling anything that still smells kind of like summer or heading into summer. But I've kind of been holding off on burning all these because I don't know what scent I want to use. I'm just kind of excited about all of them. I know that sounds so dumb, but I'm like excited about all of them. So what one do I want to go with? I might just do Cherry Pie because I know it's a cheapo. And I can always get more of these really easily from Walmart. And I might hold on to these ones for a little bit later in the year. Which is a little sad, so I'm looking forward to burning them. But like, I just feel like these smells are more like the holidays, you know? Like, I feel like I'm gonna want those during the holidays, so. Except for Painted Leaves, I feel like that one's nothing special. Like, I hate saying it like that, but I'm not overly excited about it. I might go ahead and burn this one anyways, just because it's not exciting to me. Baby, you have had 2 pieces of candy. You don't need any more. No more. We're gonna go to Plasma and they're gonna give you candy there. I'm really trying to like keep myself from going to Walmart and buying more wax melts until I use the ones that I have. Child, nobody wants to hear you screaming about candy. You've had candy. You were good. So I'm like, same with like Bath and Body Works. I want to go to the Bath and Body Works so bad. They've got like the sweet cinnamon pumpkin body spray, which I love. But I've got plenty of body sprays and lotions and body washes I don't need anymore. So I'm like trying to avoid them all at all costs because I know I'm going to end up in Bath and Body Works. I'm going to buy stuff. And same kind of goes with like the wax melts aisle at Walmart. I'm getting low. And when I get low, I'm like, I need to buy more. And it's like, no, use what you have. Stop buying stuff you don't need. The struggle is real, guys. So I came to this graveyard to play Pokemon Go because we were early for Plasma. My phone's not wanting to load, so I can't play the game. There's like stops and stuff. If you guys play Pokemon Go, add me. I will put my friend code here. We can send each other gifts on Pokemon Go. But yeah, it's not wanting to load, so I'm not gonna play that apparently. But I just got to thinking about it. Like, my husband and I have kind of been talking about buying grave plots, and I know it's kind of weird for people who are as young as we are, I guess. my husband's a little creeped out by it. He hasn't blatantly said that, but anytime I bring it up, he's always like, well, I think it said we should buy da-da-da-da-da, or we should do it, you know, something else. But I keep thinking, like, when it comes to buying a grave plot, like, you're buying property. The price is only going to continue to go up. We're gonna drive around the corner, so hopefully little man stops screaming. I know, I'm driving and vlogging, but we're going like not even 10 miles an hour, and we're in a graveyard, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, so like, what are your thoughts and opinions on like when you should buy your grave plot? Like, I feel like you should just buy it so you can be done with it. There's a place up the street from us that I was looking into it, and I think they're like $600 for a plot, and then it's another $600 to open the plot when you die. But I'm sure the price is only going to continue to rise. And so I'm like, you know what? Stick me there. Give me a great view of the recycling plant. Because the recycling plant's like right across from the graveyard. Probably why the prices are so low there. This graveyard, my grandpa's actually buried at. And I'm pretty sure this one is pretty expensive. I wouldn't mind getting buried here. My grandparents originally bought 4 plots. They bought, you know, one for each of themselves, and then one for my dad and one for my aunt. And then my aunt moved to Texas, and to my knowledge, they sold hers, and so they still had my dad's. But I think when my grandma went to the nursing home, they had to get rid of her second plot. So I don't know. I need to talk to my dad and see if that one's still in the family, because if it is, then it might not be a bad thing to find out if my aunt's plot is still available, because I think they like sold it back to the cemetery. So it might not be a bad idea to find out if we could like buy that one back, because if we could just get one for free and then have to, you know, buy one, it might be worth doing. And this is a nice cemetery. It's cute. It's quiet. Lots of flowers everywhere. Be next to Grandpa, I guess. This is such a morbid thing to talk about, but I don't know. I've seen 3 of my grandparents pass. I'm going to see a 4th one pass. It's hella expensive. I see the stress it can put on families when it's not planned for properly and ahead of time. And I want to ease the stress on this kiddo back here. Like, the sooner we can own this stuff and not have to worry about it, I feel like the better. But anyways, I'm going to end this little chat here, and we're going to head on down to the plasma center and go donate plasma. So I got turned away from plasma because my iron is too low. It has to be 0.38 or higher to donate. Mine is 0.37. So I can come back tomorrow and hopefully it'll be higher. Take some iron pills. Little man got a toy out of the treasure chest. Do you want to show them your car? What's your car look like? Is it purple with a dinosaur? Does it have a pterodactyl in it? Rawr. Rawr. He was pretty excited when he seen that little car sitting in the treasure chest. So I think we might maybe head over to my parents' house. My dad has the day off, I think. I don't know, maybe I'll call him first. We'll see. We'll see where we end up. We meet again. So you guys have been on charger? Yes. You guys have been charging for the last while, but my mom and I went to the mall. Before we went to the mall, I made phone calls to the city, found out that we do not have to have a building permit to put up a fence. Wasn't sure, because some places you need one. My city apparently doesn't require that, but there are certain regulations you have to meet. So the fence can be no taller than 6 feet tall, which is a good thing because we bought fence posts for 6 feet tall. I wanted 8 feet, but that was hella expensive. So we were like, well, we'll go with 6, and then to find out that you can only do a 6 foot tall fence, it's like, that's good, because that's what we bought. Can only be up to 6 feet tall. Has to be placed 10 feet away from the middle of the alley. Sounds really complicated, but more or less the fence I think will start where our garage ends pretty much, which is like a foot or so away from the alley. It can't go past the front of the house without being see-through and no taller than 4 feet. That's a little confusing because like if we were putting a fence in front of the house, like that would make sense. You wouldn't want a 6 foot tall privacy fence in front of a house. But our privacy fence will be going off to the side of the house, not in front of the house. So I think tomorrow I might need to take pictures of what I'm talking about and go up to the office and ask them specifically, can I put the privacy fence here? This is what we're looking at, because our situation is a little different than most, because most people have just like their regular yard with the house in front, you know, and most of our yard is off to the side now. So there's that. We have to get figured out. And then when it comes to having a surveyor come out and check our property lines, apparently the city does not do that either. You have to hire a private contractor for that, and that will be $950. So what we plan to do is to put the property fence stopping at the end of the driveway for what would have been the house next door, because when we bought the house, the original owners told us you have like one width, like mower length or width of grass on the opposite side of the driveway to mow, and that's your property line. And we're thinking, well, what if they're wrong and our property he's got things to say. What if our property Sir, can I talk? Yes. We're all aware you have a police car on your pad, and it has lights. We all know. Life with a top. So we're like, just for safety reasons, maybe we should put the fence back to where the driveway is. That means we pretty much give up, you know, about 2-ish feet of yard all the way down. However, we don't want to risk like having issues. I don't think that we will. And we're only talking about as the width of a mower. Like, we're not giving up that much. I mean, it's the whole length of the yard we're giving up, but overall, not that big of a deal. And yeah, so like if they have anything to say about it, we'll be like, okay, well, you go fork up $950 for a survey and let us know, and then we'll move the fence. That's kind of where we're coming at, because if we don't want to pay $1,000 and we own the property, I doubt that the folks who are renting it or the owners renting it out are going to be that worried about paying for a privacy fence, you know? Like, I mean, as far as adjusting where the fence is at, I don't think they're going to shell out the money for it. So that's kind of what happened. We did go to the mall, as mentioned, went to the mall with my mom, and I did a thing. Guess who ended up in Bath & Body Works? Yes, me, I did. Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. I love this perfume. I had a bottle a few years ago. It was when they very first came out with it. That thing lasted me a couple years. Normally my perfumes last me a while. I use them for about a month and then I switch them out, because by the end of the month, like, I just can't smell them anymore, and if I'm not enjoying it, it's time to switch it out. So these normally last me a while, but they had a sale going. They had a buy two get one free, and so my mom bought herself two and got me one for free. Thanks, Mom. But I haven't had one of these in a few years. I love the way they smell. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but I swear they had changed the formula because it smelled different. But this one smells more like the way I remember it when it first came out, so pretty excited about that. And then we went down to Yankee Candle, and we pretty much, well, my coupon for Yankee Candle got left in my husband's car, but my mom had a coupon sent to her email. So it was 2 candles for $24. Really? It was 2 candles for like $24. So I bought the candles, she bought the perfume. This is Apple Pumpkin. It smells really good. Like, I don't normally burn candles. You guys have been following me for a while. They kind of freak me out when it comes to burning candles, but dude. Yes, I'm fully aware. Yeah, is that what happened? Uh-huh. An ambulance? He watches these videos on his iPad where it's like police cars, ambulances, whatever, and then they drive into like a vat of color, and then it comes out and it says blue ambulance or whatever. He's learned his colors from it. But anyways, the candle smells really good. I'm undecided if I'm gonna chop it up and put it in my wax warmer, or if I'm just gonna burn it as is. I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, that's what we've been doing today. I've been sitting around playing Sims. I've been sitting around. We'll just come in here because somebody won't let me talk. Oh, so I've just been sitting around playing Sims. Yeah, I know. You stay in there and play a pad. He's gonna scream. Screaming. He needs me to sit in there and stare at him while he plays his iPad. How do we turn this volume off? There we go. Aren't kids crazy? I'm going to play with my iPad watching videos of cars get dunked in vats of color, and I need you to stand here and watch it too, or I'm going to be very upset. My child. So yeah, I've been sitting here playing Sims. My last vlog, someone asked or suggested that I should start filming my sim play and putting it online. I would love to do that. I would love to do that. I think it would be a lot of fun. However, I just, one, don't think that would really fit with the flow of my channel. So I feel like I'd have to start a second channel. And 3, I don't think that I have the time to manage 3 channels because I have a mukbang channel. If nobody knows about that, I do have a mukbang channel. And 4, I have no idea how to film what I'm doing on the computer. Like, I am not very good when it comes to like tech stuff. Like, I'm sure I could get it figured out, but at this point I just feel like Sims is something I should keep for myself, that I enjoy doing in my downtime to relax. Maybe someday, you know, if YouTube ever took off and I could do it as a job full-time and hire like a personal assistant to help with my kid, like, can I pay somebody to come stare at his iPad with him while I work? Is that an option? Like, if it ever got to that point, I wouldn't be against starting a gaming channel for Sims. But as is, like, that would be a lot to keep up with, to do upload for mukbang, upload for main channel, and upload for Sims. Like, that'd be a whole lot. So for now, this is just something that I do for myself. But husband is donating plasma right now, and then he will be home, and we have to measure the yard for fencing, because I think he's gonna start installing it this weekend, probably, maybe, I don't know. Not sure what his plans are there. Break my door down. And then I think we're making burgers for dinner, or he's making burgers for dinner. Guys, we have like groundhogs hanging out around here. Where'd it go? We've always had groundhogs, but like, I just seen one run up under this neighbor's car. And then there was another one here on the sidewalk. I just took up this way. I don't know where it went. Oh well. Molly, come on. So we're out here this morning because when I called about the fence, they said that the privacy fence can't come down past, or can't come in front of the house, which would make sense if we were fencing up the front yard. But I don't think they quite understand what we're getting at. So let me turn you around and show you what I'm talking about. And then I need to take the pictures. We want the privacy fence for all of this. So it's gonna square up here at the house and come all the way down to the sidewalk, then down that way and around. I think what they think we're saying is that we're gonna run the privacy fence here in front of the house, which would be 6 feet of privacy fencing in front of the house, which I can understand why city ordinance would say not to do that. And we try to explain to them that we're fencing in an empty lot that doesn't have a house on it, but they're saying you can't take it down here, it has to square off with the house and go that way. So that means we'd have like all of this right here would be our front yard, which is way more than we need. We would never use it, and it'd look really stupid. So I'm gonna go up to the office today and show them the pictures. That way everybody's on the same page, knows what we're talking about. So we're gonna square off here, come down, and go all the way around. That's kind of the goal. Look at him in his space jammies. You got your space jammies on, huh? I just love those. I think they're so stinking cute. I thought they might glow in the dark, but they don't. But they're cute nonetheless. And they're a size too big, so that's why his the feet here are kind of rolling, because I got them big, so they'll last a while. You're just so cute, you know that? You need a diaper? You want a diaper and we can get breakfast? Yeah, Pad's getting charged. Yeah, you can have it this evening. Pad stays in there. You can have it this evening. This kid is so attached to his iPad, it's crazy. I only really let him have it when I go in the car, or he can have it for a few hours in the evening. My husband on the weekends, I think, just lets him have it all the time. And so then I come back to being the main parent, and we have this where it's like a meltdown. Oh well. Come on, we need to go get a diaper. I want him to like play with his toys, you know, and like develop his imagination. And so I try not to have him on the iPad too awful much, like I said, except like in the evening. I don't care. But my husband's super into technology and video games, so it's not surprising that he's encouraging this as well. So what are you gonna do? I suppose I should have brought my tripod down to the basement so you guys could watch me do this. But we have this crawl space here that is completely open, and the cats get back there. And so I worry about like them getting older and then hauling up in there to die and then not being able to get them out, because this part back here, like, it continues on. So we're walling this off. We picked up some lattice at the store. Obviously, where else would you get it from? And we have to be able to access this because it's where our plumbing's at. So what I'm going to do is take some of these Velcro command strips and apply it to the lattice and then to the wall. And then if we ever need to take the lattice down, we will be able to, but it should keep the cats out of the crawl space. So this is kind of what we're going for. I think it won't look too bad. I think it'll actually look kind of nice. It's like the plastic, which we end up getting, our basement's pretty damp. We have to run humidifiers all the time. And so we don't really want to do wood anyways. Plus wood was more expensive and not as bendy. Plus this will be easy to cut if I need to cut anything, which I don't think that I will. But anyways, I'll show you what it looks like when I'm finished. And here we have it completed. Look at that. Not half bad. There's still a lot of stuff sitting in the crawl space, but it was my grandma's, and quite frankly, I'm too lazy to move it. I've kind of been thinking lately, and I feel like my spirit animal would be a trash panda, a raccoon. I am disgusting, pretty much, and I'm lazy. I'm lazy and I'm disgusting. I'm a trash panda. Hi, hello, how are you? I need that on a t-shirt. You know, like with SpongeBob with the rainbow or friendship or whatever. I need a panda, not a panda. I need a raccoon and a trash can saying trash panda, because that's me. So let me show you a little bit more about what I did, I guess. So I had to use a hacksaw and had to cut off a hunk of this for piping down at the very end. This hacksaw has been in my basement longer than I've probably been alive. Shout out to Grandpa, thanks for the hacksaw. Glad you left it back there. Didn't have to run out to the garage. But here, let me just show you what I had to cut off. So right here where the piping is, I had to cut that whole square off. I tried just like looping it like I did this one. I just put a little split where I could put the pipe in. But this pipe was too thick with all of the insulation on it, that's on it. So even though I tried doing this with this one, it just wasn't gonna work. So I had to cut the whole square off. But you know what, your girl knows how to use a handsaw, so it all worked out. And shot from the basement, from the bottom anyways. I don't think it looks too bad. Looks pretty good. So yeah, that's definitely gonna keep the cats out. I'd be interested to see how Oliver thinks when he noticed that his cubby hole is blocked off. But if I can film it, I will. I don't know if he's gonna come down here immediately or not. We'll see. He almost got walled up in there. I started hanging it and then realized he was in there. So had to get him out. Let's see if we can get Oliver down here. I don't know if we can or not. He would probably run right here. Hey guys, you wanna come check out the basement? See what's going on down here. There's Banjo. What? I can't get in there no more? What happened? Oliver. Oliver. Kitty, 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 kitty. Oliver. You're not gonna come down? Of course not. He's the one I want to see the reaction of. And he's not gonna move. Oh, 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 oh. Hi, big boy. Cat's gonna push you down. He doesn't even seem to notice. Wait a minute. Wait, what happened here? What? What? They're not as surprised by it as I thought they might be. I almost expected Oliver to not pay attention and try to jump up there, to be honest. But they don't seem to really be that fazed by it. I'm surprised. Like I said, Oliver spends half his time up in that crawl space. So now you have to go hang out on your cat tree. What a life. So I just got done at the turn the AC on. It is 8:30 already out, and it's already like 9 o'clock. So I went and talked to the city planning commissions, whatever, about the fence. And I ended up talking to the same lady that I talked to on the phone, and she was kind of snotty. And she was like, yeah, I already talked to somebody about this on the phone like yesterday. Like, yeah, we came in for better clarification because there's no house. And she's like, and I was like, I've got pictures of the house. She goes, I have pictures. And I'm like, well, there's no house. And she's like, well, I can only tell you according to what is on my pictures, and there's a house in my pictures. And I'm like, well, there's not now. It had a fire. We bought it. We demolished it. There's no house. And she goes, well, you can still only bring the fence up level with your house. You can't bring it to the sidewalk unless it's a picket fence or we can see through it like a chain link. And I'm like, that's gonna look so dumb. Oh my gosh, like there's gonna be like a whole bunch of my yard that like we flat out can't use. It's gonna be so stupid looking. So kind of starting to wind down for the evening. I think we're gonna do raviolis tonight for dinner. My husband's on the way home. He's supposed to pick up raviolis on his way. And me and Levi are just hanging outside on the trampoline. He likes to sit up here and play with his cars. Cool. This will keep him entertained for a while. You jump? Can you jump? Look at you doing tricks. Good job. Good morning. It is now Thursday, and as you can hear, my voice is kind of like a little crackly this morning. That cold, I'm feeling better than I was. I don't feel as puny. That cold is hanging on, but I really think that it never came on full force because I've been taking these. Not sponsored. It's the Aster C Immune Charge Gummies. I've been taking them every morning. And I think it's really what's kept this cold at bay because in theory, I should have had like a major sinus infection. Like that's how it felt like it should have been. My kids all saw a major head cold. And that didn't happen to me. Just got like a sore throat, a little sneezy. And that was about it. I didn't feel great. Everything else once did it. So I'm gonna work on getting dinner ready for tonight. We're gonna do green beans, potatoes, and sausage in the crock pot. I've been meaning to do this for the past few days and I keep forgetting to do it. So we're gonna put that on for dinner, and I thought you might just wanna watch me prep dinner. I don't know. So we're gonna start off with 4 cans green beans. Pretty straightforward. And I'm just gonna chop up my potatoes and throw them in the pot. Now we're gonna add in some smoked sausage. And we're gonna finish it off with about 2 cups of water. And then some spices. So I've got some garlic salt, some onion flakes, And then some of the Grill Masters apple rub. This stuff is so good. Oh my gosh, I love this stuff. Really, really, really good in this recipe here. A couple tablespoons of that. Give this some real good flavor. And give it a stir. I don't have any mushrooms on hand, but I like to add mushrooms to this too when I have it. Pretty good like that. If you like whole onions, you could chop some up and put in here. I like onion flavor. I'm not much to really want to eat an onion unless it's like an onion ring. So now we're just gonna take this and put it on low for 8 hours and we've got dinner. I'm ready. Need to put my sneakers on, but some capri leggings and my Irma. This shirt is so cute. I love this shirt. I love it. I wore it yesterday, but so it's dirty. It's ready to go to the gym. Yeah, I just need to put my sneakers on. I need to find little man his shoes. His sandals have disappeared. Just finished at the gym. Little man back there has his iPad. Ooh, I feel good though. I feel good. It was a good workout. 30 minutes on the ellipticals. Did about 200 calories. Again, like I mentioned in last week's vlog, I put it on a lower weight because I feel like when I have it on a lower weight, like for myself, I get more intensity. What I mean by that, I don't mean weight as in like the weights on the machine. I mean like ask how much you weigh. And anytime I tell it that I'm like 260, it's like, oh, we'll do really light weights. And I don't get as much of a workout. So when I put in like 140 something, which is normally what it just pops up on the machine with, is like 145, I feel like I get more resistance on the machine. So I've just started leaving it like that, because otherwise like I don't feel like I get a good workout. And I feel like that just goes to show like your weight doesn't determine your fitness. Like I said, like I'm 260 something probably, I'm guessing. I haven't used the scale in months because it just makes me feel discouraged and I struggle with eating. I've talked about this before, and so I just got rid of the scale and I feel like I've done really good with the gym. I get out of habit of it every now and then or things come up, but we got our membership back in like March and I've been fairly consistent. June and July was sketchy because we had so much going on. I just didn't get up here, but since the mid of July, I feel like I've done pretty good about getting up here a couple times a week, except for when we had hand, foot, and mouth disease and couldn't come. So yeah, if you guys are bigger and you're at the gym and you feel like you're not getting as much resistance on your like elliptical or whatever, or maybe you're doing a treadmill or something, I don't know, tell it that you weigh less and maybe it'll give you more resistance, because I definitely feel like I get a better workout when I tell it I weigh less. Yeah, so I did legs today just because I probably won't get to the gym the rest of the week. Tomorrow's Friday. I have to donate plasma, and then it's hard with him because, you know, he has to go down for a nap, and then my husband gets home. My husband got a bike for the living room because like he just never feels like going to the gym in the evening. He just wants to stay at home. Totally understandable after work. And then Saturday and Sunday I work, and when I get home, like I don't really want to go to the gym, so probably won't make it back again until next week. Trying not to be hard on myself for missing this week. That's one of the things I'm trying to correct about myself, is like when I get into something, I'm like super into it, and then when I mess up or miss a day, like I beat myself up over it. So yeah, I was only able to go one day this week, and that's okay. That shouldn't completely throw me off my gym routine and schedule, you know. And then like now I'm on a different routine for plasma, so that means I need to change up my days I can go to the gym. I'm shaky, I'm like hungry and I'm thirsty and I feel like whoa, like kind of jittery. So that's just something I have to work with myself. I think it's definitely part of being a Taurus. Like I need structure and I need routine, and when my routine gets messed up, like it just throws me off my life. So that's something that I struggle with personally. But anyways, yeah, I felt I had a good workout. I don't know why I ever like let myself stop going to the gym, because I always feel good, and I feel like, and I know this is TMI, but I've talked about it before, I feel like when I get a good workout in, like my digestion works better. Like I've just been feeling kind of bloated and like, I don't want to say backed up, but like things aren't moving like they should, you know? And like I haven't been going to the gym this week, and I just feel like my digestion is like slowing down and not going as smooth. And so I expect now that I've hit the gym this week, things will start flowing again. That's so gross and way TMI. I'm so sorry. But irritable bowel syndrome is something that I worry about developing. If I haven't already, I really don't know for sure. It runs in the family. A lot of my aunts struggle with it. My mom has it. Some of my cousins have it. And since having my C-section, I've never been diagnosed with IBM. But when it comes time for me to have to go to the bathroom, at least I had these problems up until about March when we got the gym membership. And when I had to go number 2, like I had severe abdominal cramping. Like I'm gonna lock my door because there's like random people walking around out here. I always keep my car doors locked. I don't know why didn't think to lock it. I'm in a parking garage. I don't know. I always feel, even when I'm not in a parking garage, I always lock my car doors when I get inside. Anyway, yeah, I would have like severe abdominal cramping, and it got better over time. But in March, when we got our gym membership, I started swimming, and I really noticed a massive difference in like when I'd have to go to the bathroom. Like I wasn't having the cramping that I was having. Like it was like an immediate, like I have to go, there's no time to wait, I can barely hold it, and I would have severe abdominal cramping. And my mom has IBS, and she said that she experiences those symptoms sometimes. So I don't know if I've developed it or what it is, but I feel like since I've tightened my abdominal muscles, it's really helped correct that. I still have it on occasion. It still hits me and I'm like, gotta go now, having cramps. But it's not like it was. And so that's, you know, one more reason to continue going to the gym, because it's really helping. And on top of that, ever since my pregnancy, like I would get up several times a night to have to go pee, like during pregnancy, after pregnancy, until we started going to the gym. And I started tightening my abdominal muscles, and now I can sleep through the night, and it's amazing. So again, just reasons I want to keep going to the gym. And I feel like I have to talk about this because like I am a plus size vlogger / YouTuber, and I know I've got other plus size ladies watching me, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm coming to the gym because I want to lose weight. Like that's not it for me. Like I'm comfortable with where I'm at. I mean, my grandmother's well into her 80s, and she's a plus size lady. She's been plus size her whole life, and she's had a great life. She's done a lot of things. She had 2 kids, husband. She's, you know, learned skills, had a great life. Like just because you're plus size doesn't mean you can't have a good life. However, I go to the gym not because I want to lose weight, but because I just want to stay healthy. Like if I go to the gym and don't lose weight, that's fine. But I need my heart to be strong. I need my body functions to work. Like I don't want to have a heart attack. I don't want to develop, you know, diabetes. I don't want to have other problems or develop problems. I don't really have anything, but I don't want to develop anything. And so that's why I go to the gym, and that's why I need to keep up with it. And plus I just feel good. Like you get the endorphins and you just feel good after you go to the gym. So I just want that to be encouragement for anyone who wants to go to the gym and you're bigger, just go do it. And half the time when I go to the gym, let me know how it is for you down below. But like typically it's a lot older people, you know, like I'm not in there with like a bunch of people my age. Like it's typically people who are like 50 and up. And maybe it's because I'm going in the middle of the day, which means that people my age are probably at work, but I don't know. I also stopped at that little nook I talked about last week in my vlog, and I did my crunches and I stretched out. It was a little awkward because there was a couple folks walking the track and they kept like stopping and staring at me, and it's like, hi, can I help you? Like, what, do you need something? It's a little awkward, but you know, you just gotta make yourself stop and do things you don't want to do sometimes, or things that are a little bit embarrassing. Sometimes you just have to make yourself do it. And doing the crunches at my house just hurts my back so bad. Like I've talked about this in other vlogs. The only place in my house with a rug is my son's bedroom, and it helps, but even still, like it hurts my lower back where I have that arthritis. And so doing it at the gym in this like corner area, like the floors are kind of cushioned, and so it just, I don't hurt afterwards. I have to do it there. I don't have to do it there, but I prefer to do it there. Plus it gets it all out of the way. Anyways, we've been rambling for like 7 minutes. We're gonna head on home. Actually, I'm gonna swing through the graveyard really quickly and play Pokemon Go. If you guys, I don't know if I've said this yet in this vlog or not, I may or may not have, but I will add my friend code, so if you guys want to friend me on Pokemon Go, we can be friends. Let me know, or just friend me, whatever, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna go do Pokemon Go real quick, and then we're gonna go head home and get lunch. I'm thinking some chicken nuggets sound really good. I know he's always down, and I want a salad to go with my nuggets. So, you know, nuggets at home. I'm not going to McDonald's. We, you know, bake them in the oven. You gonna jump? We have a little white rain coming down, a little bit of a sprinkling. He wants to play in it. Say, rain, rain, go away. You gonna catch it with your tongue? Yeah. Ah. Is that kind of fun? Oh, good job. Some good jumpins.
Rain, rain, go away. Good job. Rain, rain, go away. Come again another day. Oh, you lost your shoe. Bring it to mama. Bring me your shoe. Bring me your shoe. Thank you. Should we take off your other shoe? And your sock? You want to take off your shoes and your sock? Oh. Give it to me. Rain, rain, go away. You guys hear him saying it? Rain, rain, go away. You silly boy. You mega sit? Do a mega sit. Mega sit. Mega sit. Boom! Nuggets are done. Need to make myself a salad. And then we've got Oliver up here supervising me do the dishes. Did I do them all correctly? Are they complete? The boy just broke through the barrier. Did Pat die? No. Yeah? Okay. So I'm just having nuggets with ranch, an apple, and probably some caramel sauce, and a bottle of water. Well, I need to fill it back up. I'm about out of that one. Good morning. It is Friday. I braided my hair last night to get some waves today. My hair is, I guess what you call virgin hair, or like hair that is too healthy, because it has no hair dye in it, and the only heat that it gets is from the blow dryer, so it will not curl for nothing. Like, it will not hold a curl. So the only way to get waves or anything in my hair is to braid it. So we'll see what we end up with. Last time I did this, I left my side part and braided it, and things were really tight on one side and really loose on the other. So these braids are pretty even, so hopefully we end up with the same size of waves all over. But this is my outfit for the day. I have on my black Irma, just comfy, oversized, and then some black leggings. I have the sheer parts on them. I got this at the Dollar Tree not too long ago, so if you're interested, they probably still have them, and they're high-waisted, which is nice. They go up pretty high, which I can appreciate. But we're gonna take the dog out, turn on the fish tank, and get going with our day. Good morning, puppers. Let's go outside. What do we think? Kind of gives it like a crimped look. I think it's pretty though. I like it. I am happy with that. That looks good. Not bad.
So I did my makeup. I think it looks pretty good. I haven't done black eyeliner on the bottom in a really long time. And then I put in a fake septum ring. This thing bugs the crap out of me. I really just put it in there so I could take a picture for Instagram. I don't know, I could wear that all day. That thing really bugs me. That's what it looks like. And it is very irritating. I don't know how people get that pierced on a regular. Like, I was thinking about getting it pierced, and so I got these just to see how it would look. And for one, you can't even tell it's fake. So it's like, why would I go through getting it pierced when this is like, it looks exactly the same? And for two, it bugs the living heck out of me. And I guess you'd get used to it, just like any other piercing. Like, you kind of get used to it and desensitized to it, like if I wore it long enough. But I don't know if I could put up with it. It bugs the heck out of me, tell you what. But I like how my makeup turned out. I don't know, I'm just like feeling myself today. I feel good, you know. So I've just kind of like checked out with vlogging. I haven't really said a whole lot today. Lighting back here is not bad. Hello. My cousin came by. I watched her daughter so she could go grocery shopping. So Levi and his cousin Allie played. I can insert some clips here of the kiddos.
But I'm sure there's more to hey hey than meets the eye.
And then other than that, like, that's pretty much all we've done today. My husband's coming home early from work, so then I'm gonna go donate plasma once he gets back home. But I thought I'd show you guys what I did yesterday. We'll see if I can do this without getting soaking wet, because it is a nasty rainy day outside. So I'm actually gonna show you this from my bathroom, and it's a really crummy view. It's kind of hard to see back there, but your girl knows how to use some hedge clippers. That's what I did yesterday. Now we got a nice pile there of stuff for the city to pick up, and that was like all overgrown. Like, all of that was just super overgrown, and now that's ready for the demo guy to hack out those tree stumps, which is in his contract to do, so we will see if he actually does it or not. But your girl knows how to use some hedge clippers. So that's just kind of been like overgrowing in the back of the yard for like forever. When we very first bought the property next door, and like we had the demo guy coming out for an estimate before we even hired him, we had pulled all of that out. And then like same day we pulled all that out, he came out for an estimate, and we said, you know, hey, are you able to pull the tree stumps back here, because we don't have like a chainsaw? And he goes, oh yeah, no problem. And so we just kind of left it alone thinking, oh, he'll do it. And then it got all overgrown, and it got really hot and nasty out. Like, nobody wants to be out working in that. And so we just kind of let it go. And yesterday I finally had enough of it, because anytime I drove down the alley, it was scratching my car. So I was like, you gotta go. Plus, we were technically in violation of city ordinances. You're not supposed to have weeds higher than 8 feet and, or no, 8 inches. And those were like probably 8 feet tall. They were really tall. So all of that is cleared out. City will come through sometime to pick it up. In theory, they're supposed to. We'll see. But yeah, that's it. So I guess I'll check in with you guys later on today if there's anything worth talking about. Looky there, I have a handy dandy camera holder. That's how it should have been in my car, except my car couldn't handle it. So I just finished that plasma. I actually got turned away because my iron was too low, which I question if the girl didn't read it wrong. I'm pretty sure she's new, and she just seemed really confused by life. Like, everything she was doing was really slow, and it seemed like she had to really think about it and was like, derp. So, I mean, and everybody has first days. Everybody, we've all been there. However, it's a little bit frustrating because this is money in my pocket. But, yeah, I got turned away. I mean, she might have done it right. I don't know. But I just seen her at one point when she was looking at my blood stuff make a really weird face, like, dang it, I fucked that up. And then she's like, your iron's too low. And it's like, is it really too low, or did you read it wrong? And instead of risking it, you're just telling me it's too low so I go away. Anyway, I was gonna go play Pokemon Go, but self-service is just not good today, at least not on this end of town. I might see if I can play it on the opposite end of town since I am child-free right now. Never happens. My husband's home with the boy. So yeah, other than that, I guess we can go ahead and end this week's vlog here. I know it hasn't been necessarily exciting. I think I might take next week off from vlogging just because I don't think we're doing anything next week. We were gonna go to Pork Fest this weekend, but it's gonna be raining all weekend. So I don't know that we'll even go, and if we go, we will probably just get like sandwiches or something to eat. I mean, who wants to be out in this, you know? Like, we like fair food. Fatties. So, and pork tenderloins are good, so we'd probably like go get a tenderloin or something. That's assuming we even go, because I gotta work in the next 2 days and it's gonna rain, and like, who wants to be out in the rain? So yeah, we're gonna end things here. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you did enjoy. If you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below because I'd love to have you here as one of my subscribers, and I will catch y'all in my next video.